Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to cover this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Before I get into the recap, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media account. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, I did finish the week with, let's see, 19 wins and 2 losses for a win rate of 90.48%. Not too bad. This week was kind of annoying, but had a lot of action, so with that said, let's see. I don't even have my Twitter account pulled up. A little slow this morning. The first day of the week was what, the 6th, I think? Yeah. First trade of the day was 942. Actually, before I get into the trade ideas on the 6 SPY puts under 434.50, which is down here. I got just rounded down to the 50 level, which is right around in here Friday. But I mean, I didn't want to put, I don't like putting like random numbers pre-market. Pre-market, I go to the nearest dollar or nearest half dollar to the area I'm looking at. Usually I'll round down. It gives it a little more room and cushion in case it gets, because the first 5-10 minutes is very volatile and they can hit the target and just bounce off from it, and you gotta be careful. That's why I wait out the first 10 minutes. So yeah, 434.50 is down here from Friday. I was looking at puts because, you know, to me, I was expecting a drop this past week, and it just didn't. It just kept going and going and going. It was because it was kind of topping a little bit. Right around 435, it was. I get some resistance over here from back in October. So I was thinking this whole week where we're going to get that drop. First 2-minute candle was green. I was not taking calls. Good thing I didn't. I wouldn't have anyways because I didn't get to higher day. But as soon as it broke lower day, right here, as soon as it broke below 435.45, I took puts. I took the 43.60 puts at 720. And then went from $7.20 to $9. So got a $2 move right there. Not substantial, but if you're taking base hits, that's what you need to be doing anyway. So then I took puts again at 1026, which is right here. 1026, right here? 26, might be right here. Not quite sure why I didn't take it right here. And got the a nice little red candle, green candle right here. Rejected VWAP, and it broke lower day. I don't know why I didn't grab it there. Popped back up. When it popped back up, I reloaded. I got the same 43.60 puts. I got about 750, so I probably got it closer to right here. And it popped, and when it popped, I added more at $6, making my average $6.75, and then it finally dropped right here. So I bought it down here thinking we were going to drop after it already did. Probably shouldn't have done that. When it came back up here, up to the 435, I got it at 1026. I added 1051. 1051. Oh yeah, I added in this candle. No, I added down here. Yeah, I added over here. I didn't add up here. I added over here. I should have added up here. But I added over here. Yeah, that's what I did. I added over here somewhere. Probably right in here somewhere. Yeah, bought here, bounced up, rejected up here. I probably should have added up there, but I didn't. I added right here. And I added, well, at 6, maybe when we averaged 675, and it dropped from what, 675. I probably sold in here, or maybe it was over here. They went from 675 to 810, so ended up being a good play. Kind of nerve-wracking. It didn't finally drop. Maybe I sold over here. I don't know. I'd have to look at the exits to see where I sold on the sticks. Let me see. It's 1251. Oh, I sold over here. Okay, yeah, I bought here, added here, and weathered it out. Then it finally dropped. That's what I ended up doing. So as long as it didn't break high day, I was still thinking drop. So I wasn't too worried about anything. So I just stuck with my thesis. Then I got puts at 328, which is right here. It's chopping above VWAP. I think I bought it right here, right where it broke below VWAP, thinking that we were gonna have a hardcore drop. No, yeah, I probably bought. Yeah, I probably bought it down here. Popped up, then it came back down. I don't know why I didn't take it there. I probably was green, then it just ripped on me. I probably thought we were gonna get a bigger move, but yeah, I took the 43.60 puts again right here at 250, and it ripped against me. So that was my first loss. So it is what it is. So 2 wins, 1 trade. I had 1 loss on Monday. I don't like taking losses on Monday, but as long as it's not the first play of the day, that's where I don't really like. I hate when I take a loss on the first day, first trade on Monday. That definitely does a number on me, so I don't like doing that. Now Tuesday, let's see, the 7th. SPY puts under 434. Blow this out. 434 is right here, this low. And let's see. Took puts at 1008, which is right here. Right here. Probably took him up here. Opened here. More popped up. So yeah, this is probably, I probably took it closer up here. I don't know why I took it. Oh yeah, I see. Rejected from previous higher day. So that's where I ended up taking it. I got to stop doing that. That I'm buying puts in a strong trade. And that's why I took a big hit in my challenge account, is because I tried to front run, guess the top on a strong move, and almost every single time SPY has those days where it's just straight up with no rhyme or reason, and there's tons of reasons for it to be bearish, and there's tons of resistance, and it just steamrolls through everything and doesn't care about bad news. Those are the days I do really bad, because it defies the odds. You have strong resistant numbers and strong areas, and sometimes SPY just rips through it like it's nothing, and that's how I ended up taking a big hit in the challenge account. So I got work to do on recovering that again for like the 5th time. God, that annoys the shit out of me. I am just so ready. I'm so over this challenge account because it's just been a black cloud since I've started it. I'm just so over it. But I'm going to try to see if I can rescue it again. I don't want to spend another few months on it. But anyways, I took puts here. I took the 43.65 puts at $7 and went from 7 to 7.90. So that's probably what I did. I grabbed it up here, caught that little bit of a drop, which is probably something I shouldn't have done. If anything, I should have grabbed puts down here. I'm going to be a little more careful this week on trading, especially in the trading challenge account. But anyways, again, I was expecting the drop again. We were going to get a bearish day, and no, it just took off. But I grabbed puts at 10.19, which was right here. I'm not quite sure why I did that. See, this is what I'm not quite sure. I get why I grabbed it here, and I probably shouldn't have. So probably when it came back up here, I probably reloaded, thinking this was the top, and I was wrong. I grabbed the 43.65 puts at 6.30 this time. That's probably exactly what I did. And 10.19, yeah, I grabbed it up here. And then it ripped on me, and I stopped out at 3. This was just a really exaggerated move. And I just was not looking on the call side for many reasons why. There's a lot of things going on in the world. There's a lot of debt is just going through the roof. You got 2 wars going on. You got all kinds of reasons to be bearish, and SPY just doesn't give a shit whatsoever. And that's when SPY is the hardest to trade, is when it's defying the odds. It's ignoring the news and doing what it wants, and that is not a healthy market. That is a market that's just being propped up by the Fed, and that's pure manipulation when it starts ignoring the news, and that's not a free market. That is the Fed's market. So it's a healthy market. It does not need to be propped up by the Fed. And if the Fed gets out of the market and propping it up, we would not be where we are now. We'd probably be a lot lower. But anyways, next plate 1151, which is right here. You got finally a little bit of weakness right here. It drops a little bit, tries to break out. It does break out, gets slapped down. So when it gets underneath this 436.80 area, that's where I grab puts. I grab the 43.80 puts at 630, and they go 630 to 1050 right here. So that ended up being a good play. Then it held VWAP. I just didn't want to take calls. Also, RSI was really, really high all week. And when RSI is really high on the larger time frames, like an hour, I don't like taking calls because they usually end up having a rug pull at some point. And VIX, I'll just switch this over to VIX. VIX was getting very low. VIX should not be at 15 for what's going on in the world. Not whatsoever. I'll just drop it down to the 10-minute. Where are we at? 7th? This is the 7th right here, yeah. I'll just drop it right there. This is the 7th. VIX should not be below 15 for what is all the things that are going wrong in the world. It should not be this low. But they're crushing it. So, yeah, cut the puts right there. That ended up working out. Then I took puts again at 243, which is right here. You can see all this chop. You get the wick, the body, the wick, and the wick. So right here, when it gets below this area of 437, that's where I grab puts. I grab the 43.85 puts at 510, and they go from 510 to $8. So that ended up working out pretty good. This push, making an ascending triangle, then it's the end of the day dump right there. This is something that's been happening a lot lately. I've seen it a lot in the past. SPY will make a bullish ascended triangle going into end of the day and make it look like it's going to have a huge pop end of the day, and they slam it. It's happened quite a few times. So I'm very skeptical about taking calls up here end of the day. I mean, yeah, it could definitely squeeze, but I also look at it from the point of view that SPY hasn't really had that many moves end of day, so it likes to chop and like hover around where it's at. I mean, like doing this right here, and you can't really trade that. It's kind of annoying. So I gotta try to avoid that. But you don't know what the end of the day is gonna do. You don't know if the end of the day is gonna be a chopper or if it's gonna rip or dump. You just don't know. It's really a guessing game. That's pretty much gambling at that point, because you don't know what's going to happen. And usually what's been happening is that back in the past, you used to get a move at 3 o'clock, then it'd be 3:30, but lately it's been the 350 algos. Even now, like that, you get 350, you won't get much of a move at 350. It's been like 355. They keep moving it more and more. So yeah. Now the 8th traded his room on the 8th is SPY puts under 436. Same thing, thinking that we're going to dump. 436 is right here at this low, praying market low, but I rounded down. Didn't take anything, was not taking calls. And finally right here, get that candle out of the way. I was not taking calls. Could have, but I wasn't planning to. But when it broke below the body and the 2 wicks right here, 437.50, that's where I took puts. I took the 43.80 puts at 620, and they went from 620 to I took it at 1001. 1001. Did I take it down here? 620 to 880. I probably took it below lower day. I should have taken it up here. I probably took it down here, because they only went from 620 to 880, and that's a pretty big move. So I probably got it at a lower day. I'm not sure. Maybe I got too far out of the money. I don't know. No, $6.20. IV wasn't really that much this week. So, yeah, I probably got it at a lower day. 620 to 880. Good play either way. Then at 10:11, I reloaded at 10:11, right up at VWAP. Same ones, 43.80. 640. Let's see, 640 to 790. That's right there. Yeah, I reloaded that. Then I reloaded again at 1019, which is right here. Well, actually, the same candle. So I probably bought up here. Yeah, so I first bought here, sold into this. And when the candle opened here, it popped up to VWAP. And that's probably where I reloaded. I sold into this drop. Then the candle bumped back up. I reloaded again up here. And I sold into this drop. So that's what I did. So I bought here, sold, candle opened up, reloaded, sold, came back up, reloaded, and sold into this. So yeah, that's exactly what I did. I reloaded 3 times in the matter of, what, 20 minutes. So yeah, that's exactly what happened in this period right here. Then I stopped. No, I didn't. I didn't stop. I got puts again at 1052, which is right here. So yeah, got that. Got a green candle, kind of a little bit of an FU setup, not really. So when I broke below the bodies of these 2 candles after it popped up to try to get to the 20 EMA, underneath, what, 376.75-ish, I grabbed the 43.75 puts at 620, and they went from 620 to 690. Not much of a move, but yeah, we get this move right here where I reloaded. That went from, what, $6.30 to $9. So that was a better move right there, $6.30 to $9. That was better than this. So that was a good add right there. Then the last puts I took was at 1121. So I got that. Is this 1121? Yeah, right here. So got that, bounced up, tried to get the VWAP, didn't, rejected 20 EMA, came back down. So when it broke below the bodies of these 3 candles right here, 436.50, that's where I grabbed 43.75 puts at $6, and they went from $6 to $7.90. So got a little bit of a play right there. Not going to complain about that. Nice little play. Then it finally dumped. So not a bad day. 5 wins on the 8th. Take the base hits. Then Thursday, which was the weird day. Okay, Thursday, pre-market room, trade ideas room. SPY puts in a 437.50, which is right here. I might have to blow it up to see what was pre-market. 437.50 is right here, right in this low area. So first 10-minute candle was red. I grabbed puts right here. It stood, you can see right when it made this nasty candle, I tried to pop up, but when it came back and broke below lower day, which is 437.22, I grabbed 43.75 puts at 620. They went from 620 to 720, so we got a dollar move out of that. Popped up, then it came back down. I grabbed puts right here at 10:05, which is right when it broke below the wick, the body, right at 437.20. So I grabbed the same call, the same puts, 43.75 puts at 610. They went from 610 to 960, so that ended up being a really, really good place to grab puts right there. Then I grabbed calls at 1146, which is right, no, 1146 right here. Yep. Don't know why I didn't grab it there. I didn't, popped up here, rejected this area, but I see why I grabbed it here. Inverted head and shoulders, you get the left, you get the head, and a little bit of right shoulder. So when it got over this 437.75 area, that's where I grabbed calls. I grabbed the 43.90 calls at 590, and then went from 590 to 730. So that ended up being a good play. So I saw the inverted head and shoulders, plus we had a little bit of a dump. So I was a little more comfortable grabbing calls here, but not much more. It was still kind of risky, in my opinion. And it didn't really take off. I thought it was going to take off, but we did get a little bit of a move, take the base hit, and it did work out. And then we had the bond auction at 1 o'clock. So I decided, let's just try a strangle play on the bond auction, just see what happens. Because they've been moving so much better than the FOMC. FOMC has been shit lately. They barely move. I mean, the last 3 or 4 FOMCs, they just didn't move. The bond auctions have been moving, I mean, substantially. So decided, let's take a chance. Because it's the 30-year one, we'll take a chance on a strangle. So we grabbed, actually, I grabbed 43.80 80 puts at $5, and I grabbed the 43.85 calls at 6.30. And yes, this is the auction candle right here. The calls didn't go green at all. Actually, to be honest, they did. And I kind of regretted not selling because I bought them right over here. And the calls were like at 8.50, I think, before the auction hit. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. I should have taken it. I should at least took a half, but I didn't. I didn't take half, but whatever. Still a great auction play because those 43.80 puts I got at $5, they went to $20. So it was a 300% move right there. The 43.85 calls I took at 6.30, I dumped them at 2.50. And I think I dumped the puts at like $10. So I got a good play out of that. So that ended up being a nice play. Or the bond auction, I might do it again on the next one. They've been moving really well. I don't really remember them moving this well before, but maybe things are more sensitive right now. The financial crisis is getting worse. It's getting to be a problem. Bond auctions are moving, so the world is a little different down. The market's a little different now, so maybe the bond markets will move. The auctions will move the market a lot more than normal because of the circumstances. But I grabbed puts again at 236. Why didn't I grab it right here? I didn't. 236 right here. You get this drop, you get a nice big FU candle right here, and it came back down. As soon as it broke below 434, I grabbed it. I grabbed the 43.50 puts at $5, and they went from $5 to 6.80 on that. I wrote $6 something, but no, they went $1.80 right here. So yeah, $5 to 6.50. So it ended up being a good play on that. So. Definitely a good day on Thursday. Ended up being a good day. Now Friday was the day I hated. It's the day I got wrecked on the challenge account. This was not what I was expecting. We had bad news in the morning. Consumer sentiment was terrible. To add on to all the other bad news that's going on. Trade Today's room. I said SPY puts in a 433.30, a 433.50, which is down at this low. Rounded up a little bit. First 10-minute candle was deep red, popped up a little bit. I didn't grab it, but then you get this other candle right here. So I think this is the one I grabbed right here where I got underneath 435.60. Yeah, 435.60. You get the body, and the wick. I grabbed puts right there. I grabbed the 43.60 puts at 7.30, and then went from 7.30 to 9.60. So that was good play. Then I bought puts again right here at 10.30, which is right down here. Not sure why I waited to down here, but I did. Yeah, right down here. Somehow I waited down here. I got the 43.55 puts at 7.50, and they went from 7.50 to 9.30 right there. So that ended up being a good play. Then it just ripped. I was not expecting this, not at all. Then I took puts at 12.46, which is right. 12.46, right up here. This was at 4.39. What was going on at 4.39? There's something happening at 4.39. Let's get this up here on the hourly. 4.39. Yeah, this was 4.30. Yeah, 8. Yeah, because you get the pre-market high, and you got this high right here. I might have to go down to the 4-hour. Let's see if it shows it better. Yeah. 438, yeah, you get this area right up in here, pre-market 438.82, and up here you get a lot of resistance on the hourly up here. So when I come up here and I rejected, this is where I grabbed puts. I grabbed the 43.95 puts at 6.50, and they went from 6.50 to 7.40. So I got a little bit of a move, not much. That was kind of a dumb play to do. It flagged, popped, flagged, popped, flagged, popped, flagged, and popped. I mean, this is just a day. You had bad news. You get debt going through the roof, to war. I mean, there is a million reasons why this should not be doing this. I mean, we had a short squeeze right here, and we should have been topping out, and we started to have a nice drop on on Thursday. Then we had bad news and it pops. I mean, this is just ridiculous. They really wanted that 440 area. So I was not expecting this. So I tried to grab it right there off of the resistance of 439 area. Then I grabbed puts again at 127, which is right 127 right here. 127. 127 right here. I got it up here. Got the 4,400 puts. I think SPX. Let's see. What was SPX at this time? There's a reason I grabbed it there, which was, I'm not saying it was the greatest reason. Let's just go and see where we were SPX wise. Yeah, we're at 400. What was the timestamp? 127. 127. Yeah, 400. Yeah, right when it hit 4,400 on SPX. Big round number. I was expecting a rejection, which we got a little bit of one. As soon as it hit 4,400, I grabbed 4,400 puts at $5, and they went from $5 to $6 right here. So, yeah, the other one was 1246. Yeah, right there. I got that little bit of a move. Then it ripped, and I got 4,400 right here. So, yeah, I was thinking this was the top right in here. SPX was a 4,400. That was a huge round number. Plus, there was a lot of calls and a lot of open interest. So I thought, okay, after a bad news morning and it ripping off from nothing, and this was going to end up being the 4,400 was going to be the top. And boy, was I wrong. But I didn't take any losses in my main account on this. I just was on the wrong side of it. So I just had the wrong idea. Because, first of all, because, I thought SPY was going to drop on Friday. Bad news was going to solidify the drop. And so I kept trying to guess the top, and it just SPY just kept going. I was just on the wrong side of it. But even if I wasn't on the wrong side of it, I probably would not have played calls. You can play what you want, but I was not comfortable doing it. So I just kept trying to guess the calls, guess the top. I probably should have done that. I should have just waited. But yeah, I took a big hit in the challenge account right here. This is where I took the hit, right in here. Right here. Yeah, so anyways, that's the recap. That's what I did for the week. Not the greatest week whatsoever. I mean, yeah, on the main account, I traded great, but Friday I could have traded different, but I don't think I would have gone calls. I was not looking for the call side on this particular day. Even if I didn't play the puts, I probably would not have played the calls. There was just nothing really to go off from, no substantial pullback to go off from to play it. It barely dropped. I wouldn't have played that. Then it barely dropped. I wouldn't have played that. It barely dropped. I wouldn't have played that. I don't think I would have grabbed calls either way. I probably wouldn't have taken any trades if I didn't play puts. So I'm not going to force it. And I tried to call the top right there on the on my challenge account. That's where I took the hit. So it is what it is. Hopefully next week will be a better week. But as the main account goes, very, very good week on the main account. Can't complain whatsoever. Could have traded Friday different, but the fact that I went against the trend on Friday and didn't take any losses is just kind of amazing for the main account. So it is what it is, and that's going to do it for the recap. Thanks for watching.